The coronavirus, of course, has forced schools in at least 39 states to close, affecting more than 42 million kindergarten through 12th graders. That's a lot of kids. Teachers and students are now trying to adapt to this new normal with online classes and a lot of video chats.
Yeah, that's right. And many parents are finding themselves teaching kids at the kitchen table without much support. Salman Khan is founder of Khan Academy. It's a nonprofit organization that offers free educational content online. I have used it myself, and I recommend it. He joins us from Mountain View, California. Saul, good morning. One of our colleagues, Rena Ninen, posted a picture recently of her two kids their school is shut, but every morning they get dressed, put their backpacks on, and pretend that they're on the bus.
Yes, that's great.
Just to psychologically prepare themselves for the classroom experience, which is at the kitchen table. So, you have any other tips for how parents and kids can get motivated when they're going to school but not going anywhere?
Yeah, this is the first I've heard about the pretend bus. It's a good idea, but I think that's exactly the right idea. The more that students can get into a schedule, that they get up in the morning, have their breakfast, get on the same time frame, and what I've told parents is a lot of parents are stressing out, including in my own house. I have 3 kids. And what I've told all of them is, give yourself a break, focus on the basics. If your child of pretty much any age is at least able to focus on math and reading 2 hours a day, that's a great start. But then there are the resources available. We're free, we're nonprofit. There's other resources where students are able to have a whole schedule, and that's why we publish some schedules over the weekend for any age from 4 to 18 to structure those days.
Sal, I've got a college student son who's taking classes on his bed now, and I've got a wife who's a teacher who's trying to figure out how to teach kids reading from our living room. So I think so many people are not used to this and overwhelmed by it. What's the best approach? You're used to it. What's the best approach?
So the way I would do it is I would not recommend the learn from bed approach. What I would recommend is start the day strong. I actually like that model of pretend you're on the bus. But then, in our schedules, depending on the age group, we start with a little bit of math while the brain is fresh. Make sure to put breaks in there. Make sure, especially in this time of social distancing, that the students have a chance to at least run around in the house or dance or do something, have some physical activity. Ideally, they'll be able to go outside. But then structure the entire day like that. And what you find is as long as you build that habit, it's not about just doing it all at once and doing 8 hours of learning and then everyone's all tired. Yeah. It's about keeping that consistency, because this is likely to last for a little bit.
And Sal, if you're not getting direction from your child's school during this time, what subjects do you think people should prioritize?
Yeah, that's why we exist. Khan Academy is a not-for-profit. We could have never foreseen this eventuality, but we've been building content from pre-K with Khan Academy kids in reading, writing, and social emotional learning and math. And then the rest of Khan Academy goes all the way through middle school, high school, includes math, English language arts, history, sciences, and we have free SAT prep that we've partnered with the College Board, and that's reading, writing, and mathematics. And so I would focus, if you just had to focus on one thing, I would do an hour of reading, and that could be as simple as reading a book. And on our schedules, we've published some book lists for students of different ages. And then I would make sure to get that math, because those are 2 skills. If they don't atrophy, your students are going to be just fine. And I would also encourage, please continue during the summer, so that whatever habits you're forming now can keep up. Yeah. But then as those students have those basics and they're feeling like they're getting those 2 subjects, layer on the rest of the school day, because the resources are there, they're free, and there's also ways that teachers and parents can keep track of what the students are doing.
Sal, do your classes also work for parents themselves who may need to learn math before they can teach their 5th grader how to do fractions?
Math is so hard, Sal. It's so hard.
They're teaching it differently now.
Yeah. Math is not hard. Math is not hard. It's just a mindset.
Okay.
No, simple answer is...
Tell my algebra teacher, Mr. Spaghetti. Yeah. I'm still traumatized.
What you just described is actually a best practice. If parents can model that learning with the student, especially for younger students, if you learn alongside them, a lot of times a parent might be embarrassed that they forgot their 5th grade fractions, as you mentioned, but I think there's no better signal to your students to say, hey, you know what, I forgot that, let's learn that together, let's watch the video, let's do some exercises together. Your kids will really appreciate that.
Yeah, we're all going back to school in a way, Sal Khan. Thank you very much for being with us this morning.